a studio owner, you do everything. So starting from the recruiting process to both models and staff to, I don't know, to be the best psychologist in the studio, let's say like this, with the models, also with the staff. But you do everything from, I don't know, from cleaning to payments to, I don't know, or this is what I do. I do almost everything in the studio. And we have in every position a manager, but I like to be also part of the team and do everything. So I'm here like 12, 12 to 16 hours per day, depends on the day. And this is my life, actually.
Okay, so tell me, what inspired you to get into this career and start this journey? Because, yeah, if you're spending 12 to 16 hours per day, that is your whole life. So you have,
Actually, it's not my business. I'm the CEO of the company. And I was working like 10 years in a multinational company. And in one moment, Alex, the owner of the business, he asked me in a joke, "You don't want to join my studio?" And I told him, "No, I don't want," because I had no idea what a studio means. And in one night, he asked me to go in a club. I visit him in the office. We drink something, and I was impressed to see that the studio is not just an apartment. In my head was just it's an apartment with 3 4 girls, and that's the studio. But I was surprised to see that it was an entire building, like an office building, very big with 20 rooms. And I was surprised that everything it's like in company that I work, everything was in the position, and I was surprised. And starting from here, I told, "Oh, why not? Let's try. Let's." I was very upset on the company that I worked, and he catch the most important thing, the emotional thing. I was very upset, and he told me, "You should come to work with me." And I said, "Yes, let's try it." And I started from payments. I made the payments at the beginning, and I started to grow. And in this moment, Alex is moved in Miami. He doesn't have any idea what it's in this business, and I manage everything. And to say you like this, yes, I love what I do, and I think this is the most important thing to love it. And it's not a work for me. It's not a job. I just came here because I love everybody from the staff. I love to stay with the models, and I really love it. And I don't work.
ah, yes, they say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, right?
Something like this. I have also bad days when I need to work, but this is life.
Yes, yes, that is life. I think we all have those, even if we do love what we do. You know, you brought up a point that I think is really important because I do think a lot of people have this idea of studios being just in someone's room in their apartment and that it's not an actual real business, but it is.
It depends of the studio, because you know that Romania is still the biggest market in camming, and in Bucharest we have more than 500 studios. A studio means a place that have more than two models. So a lot of studios, small ones in the apartments, but are also big one like ours. We have two locations with 20 rooms. So it's a big place and big studio.
And I see that you're nodding your head. Tell me about your role in the company. How did you get involved in being a trainer and now the head trainer?
Well, I first started as a model. I worked on Live Jasmin for a couple of years. And then when I decided it's not for me anymore, I switched to becoming a trainer. I was actually a model here. So when I stopped being a model, I talked to Liviu and he was like, "Do you want to be a trainer then?" So that's how it started. And from there, because I also spend a lot of time here. From just being a trainer, I managed to become the head trainer now, so I can deal with the whole team, not just the models.
What was it about modeling specifically that you just didn't want to do anymore, that you didn't like?
The amount of hours. That was a big problem, and it still is for most of them to be able to stream and be live for so many hours. It can get quite tiring after a really long time, even if they enjoy what they do. So after a few years, it was time for me to move on to something else. And with all the knowledge that I gathered doing it myself, it was the best fit to put it to use and to help other girls now that go through this.
So, yeah, walk me through what a trainer does.
Well, it's a little bit of everything. We teach them how to speak, psychology, how to be sociable, how to be happy. We work a lot with their mental health and with the mental health of the people who come on the site, the members, because it's a big focus for us to make everyone happy. That's our goal here, theirs and ours. So as a trainer, we help them with what to say and how to say it, but not typing for them. I know a lot of studios do that, but we teach the models how to behave. So teaching and doing for them are two completely different things.
You know, you touched on something again that I think shows a different picture than what a lot of people may think about this
Yes.
industry. So some people think that this is just, the camming industry is just girls coming on and getting naked and that's it. But you just talked about the fact that you actually have to, as a trainer, you teach them how to discuss things around psychology and how to really communicate with the members and look out for their mental health as well. Tell me why and how that is such a big part of camming.
I think it depends a lot on the model specifically. Some girls like to keep it in the explicit area more than in the talking area, but for all of them, talking and communicating and building connections with the members they have, it's a really big part of it. Even if you just do mostly shows, most of the members that come on here want a connection, want someone to talk to, not just the shows specifically.
Because for the show, you can go easily on tube sites and you have all the shows there. But the idea is that here you have a connection. And I can tell you from my point of view as a man, it's about also ego, because I can tell to the girl, do this, and actually she is doing it. So she's doing it for me. So I'm very special in this case. And also from my experience, is like this: 75% of the members, they are coming on the site for the show at the beginning, and depends on the girl, but from this 75 it's very easy 25 to remain on the show and the other 75 to stay on talking and creating a connection with the models. And our idea as a studio, it's we need to create connection, not to go on the show side, because we have few models. We are not open for everybody. We don't hire everybody because we want the girls that we have to be able, as Flori said, to have a chat with the member. If the Flori or the trainer are not at the computer, they can do it everything by themselves. It's not that Flori is typing and they are copy paste, or Flori is with full. No, they are there. The model is there with her personality, is not with our personality. So it's about, from my point of view, it's about connection. It's about knowing the member, and it's about humans at the end of the day. Because on the show, it's very easy. You get naked, but in one moment you are bored. What you can do? But let me talk, and I can talk an entire day without repeating. And I think all of us can do this.
You know, it's really interesting because you mentioned something. You said, even as a man, there's the ego involved, and you can tell a model to do something and then she does it and you feel respected or listened to. I've also interviewed human connection experts and therapists, psychologists, and all of them have said that they believe in many cases the members of camming sites like Live Jasmin are getting certain needs met that they haven't had in their life, and they usually stem from issues in childhood. So as children, maybe these particular people were not ever listened to, or they were never respected or heard. And now as adults, they're finding this place where they can be heard and respected and seen.
I can give you the best example. When I came in this industry, I asked Alex why normal people or a person like me, because I don't have any problems to talk with a girl, I don't have any problems to interact with a girl, why I should pay to see a girl naked? Because in my head was just this: with naked, okay, we all have some fetishes or some thoughts and something, we have something, everybody. So in that moment, he gave me an account with a lot of money on it. And he told me like this: go on the site, check the site, look what members do, what girls are doing. And in the first couple of hours, I entered on the show to all the girls. I tried everything I had in my head. I asked them to do a lot of things. Next day, I came back on the site, and one of the girls told me on my name. The screen name that I told them like a story, that my name is Tarkan, I'm from Greece, I make trainings and stuff like this. And the girl asked me, how was the training yesterday? I told them that I have a training company and stuff like this. And she asked me, how was the training yesterday? And I was surprised because I didn't remember what I told specific to her. It was just a story that I invented. And in my head was something, what the fuck, this girl remembers something about me. And I started to talk with her, and I spent like 3K just talking with her. In that moment, I was married. I was in the few weeks after that I divorced, and I had some problems home that I cannot talk with everybody, because if I go to somebody to tell them my problems, maybe they don't understand. My relationship was perfect. Everybody see it like perfect. It was a shock for everybody that I divorced. And with that girl, I talked everything. She was like my virtual friend. And I understand that this site is not about sex. This site is about creating connections. And I didn't want from that girl any more shows. She was a very nice girl, very looking girl. I don't remember her name. I have no idea. It's a lot of years since then. But she was like a friend for me, like an online friend that I can talk everything with her, and she doesn't judge me. This is the most important thing, that she's there and she agree that, okay, you want to divorce, go and divorce. It's your life. Do what you want. If I was going to, I don't know, to my friends or to my family, they were telling me, oh, it's not possible, like mentality. But she was there for me, and I talked with her for a long period of time and money. But I was very happy at the end of the day. And it was not about show. This is my experience, how I enter in this industry, and that I understand that here it's not about sex, because sex, it's easy to have it. You can go on the porn site or you can go on free sites, but here is something different, and the models are open to talk with you. And this is also what I'm explaining to the girls all the time, my experience. And I encourage them to go in this direction, not on the show area, because on the show, okay, you can make 8 hours show per day, you can, but you will not make money. On the short time, yes, maybe you will make money, but on the long term, you cannot do it. And it's also not everything about money, because if you like what you are doing, you will stay here years and you will not have any problems. If you are a show model, in few years, you cannot stay, because you will not support anymore to stay online. The same thing, get naked, show boobs, show, I don't know, do this, that, do that. But if you create a connection with the member, you will discover that the members are not, I'm saying to the girls that members are not ATMs just to take money from them. They are humans. Some of them have problems, as you said, from maybe childhood, doesn't matter. They have problems, or they have their needs. And the model needs to understand why a member go on the site, why this member is going to that model and what is his needs. And if you understand his needs, you can offer him what he needs. And you'll be happy, and he will be happy at the end of the day.
Very well said. I think that's one of the most clear descriptions of what is happening on Live Jasmin, which is so kind of, going back to your role as a trainer, it sounds like part of what your job is to do is to basically train models to get them really good at realizing the needs of a member and being able to give him or her those needs. And then, like you said, everyone becomes happy because the member is getting connection and sometimes healing and, whatever the case is that person needs. And of course, the model is getting, financially rewarded for that work. I'm curious though, and this question's for both of you, in your experience and all the years you've been in this industry, does the model also get connection needs met? Is there a real connection that can develop?
Of course, they have to, because they spend so much time with the same people over and over, and the connection cannot happen just one-sided. So the girls get some of their needs met as well and build that connection genuinely, because they spend so much time together, they get to know each other. The healing happens on both sides sometimes, depending on the case, especially if the member and the model are a perfect fit and their likes, and exactly like in real life, when you meet someone that you connect with and you have the same preferences, same likes, you talk about everything honestly and truly, they get to connect. At the end of the day, the models too, and they have people that they like to spend time with, and they end up enjoying what they do because they do it for pleasure. On top of the financial gain, once they stay with the people that they like, the hours or the time, or they forget where they are and they just go full in, just like they talk on with their friends on whatever app. It's the same thing for them too.
Yeah. I'm curious, what do you think when you're looking to hire a model or bring her in, what qualities are you looking for in this person?
The first one is to know English, and there in Romania it's okay because most of the girls know English. The second one, that they consider this a job, because if they are not serious and they don't believe that this is a job and they want to come here 2-3 hours per day to make some money, we don't take them. So I believe that it's very important to be serious and to treat it as a job, and at the end of the day, as Flori said, to enjoy it. But first off, I don't look about beautiful girls. I don't care if they are beautiful or not, because on Live Jasmin, it's like also in real life. I like skinny girls. My brother likes fat girls. So we are brothers and we are completely different. So everybody on the site have the same opportunity. It's very important to be human. I believe in this, and I say it to everybody. It's important to be a human and to understand the other ones and to enjoy it.
Yeah, I really like how you say that it's important to be human. I feel like that is one of the keys to so many areas in life. No matter what job you're going for, if you can create an authentic connection and people feel that you're relatable, people are going to want to hire you or work with you or talk to you. But if there's something about you that's not relatable or not human, it's very hard to connect with people like that.
We as a studio, we like this to be humans. Just an example, we don't have any fines for the models, so we don't give them nothing, not penalties or nothing. We have a lot of team buildings and trips with them. We are the only one that we are taking the girls in. I don't know. Last year we were in Miami and in Danube Delta. 1 year ago we was in Miami and in Greece with the models. So we give them to the models something extra, not they are coming to the work and we take the percent and that's all. Our luck is that Alex make this business because he loves it. It's his first business. I don't know, it's 20 and something years old, the business. And it's not the business that he needs money from it. It's just the business that he loves it. So we give to everybody something extra. It's not about just the money. We give them the person and everybody's happy. No, it's not just the money. We give them a lot of experience to the models. I just look now on the office and I have a brand new iPhone. And next week I will make a contest for the girls to give them an iPhone. It's just an example that it's in my head now. But we make a lot of contests to go in Miami, to go in Vegas. We have like one trip per year in the USA. And also we have a lot of something extra things. On 15, that it will be International Model Day, we rented a pool and all the girls will go at the pool and they will stream from the pool. So it will be also something nice for them and they will enjoy it for sure, not to be in the studio. We don't want them to make 100 and I don't know how many hours online per period. We want to be here just to make, I don't know, 80 hours like a normal job, and to be online and to love it and to go home and to have also time for spending the money.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. How many years have you been part of the industry?
I have 9 years.
9 years. Okay. And
So I don't know when they pass, to be honest.
I have 11, it's fine.
you have 11 years. Okay, very good. So both of you have been in the industry for about a decade, and have a lot of experience. Now, is your experience mainly with Live Jasmin as a partner?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are exclusively Live Jasmin and we signed the certified, so we are Jasmin. In our blood is Jasmin.
Yeah.
And to be honest, also when we were not certified studio, we were just with Live Jasmin. I don't like other sites. I don't know how to work on other sites. And the most important thing, you cannot do two things in the same time and to do it good. So if you want to do multi-streaming, you cannot be on two sites or to talk with two people in the same time and to be easy. It's not easy. So we prefer, as I said, quality, not quantity. Also the models, also with the site and also with the partners that we have, everything it's about quality, not quantity.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm curious, you mentioned you don't like other sites. What is it about Jasmin that you really like as opposed to other sites?
It's I think it's related a lot to what we were talking about earlier about the connection and the quality of the members. It's a different kind of platform, being a premium type of platform. The models have to be in a specific way because so are the members on the site in this specific way. Everything that is here is very high quality. So on top of it being easy for us to work with and still keep that human side that he was talking about, it's also the direction in which we want to go, because that's why we don't do for our models strictly on the show side like the other sites. It's more about human interaction here, so it's better for the models too.
Yeah, but I believe the same because in my vision, Jasmine is giving quality and we want quality and it's easy. It's fitting for our needs, Live Jasmine.
Yeah, I've interviewed some of our members, Jasmin's members, and they have said that the thing that they like about Jasmin is that it is more about relationships and not just about, them getting off really fast. That is more how other sites operate, where it is more about the show. But as you mentioned earlier, you can find very free porn online. So you don't really need to pay for just sexuality.
Exactly.
I want to ask you though, do you think that members, let's say there's a member who's never been to Live Jasmine before, but they're coming to the site for the first time. Do you think that he's at that point looking for more of a connection or relationship, or do you think it's initially it is just a sexual thing that brings them in? What are your thoughts around that?
I think it depends a lot on the member and the circumstances. Some members who just see the site for the first time, they just go for the show site because that's how they got into the site in the first place. But I've seen a lot of cases where members came for the first time and they fell in love with the model. They built a connection because it was the first time they interacted with the model, like Liviu said in his little story with his experience. I think it's the same for a new person coming to the site. The attention a model gives can feel a little bit overwhelming, so he wants to build that relationship and come see her again and again and again.
I want to jump ship a little bit to talking about a studio and having a studio and what benefit it really does bring for the models, because there are models that sometimes are hesitant to get involved with the studio because they feel like, well, I don't want to share my earnings. I want 100% of my earnings. From your perspective, for both of you, what are the benefits of a studio for model?
I will tell you like this. It depends on the studio, but most of all in Romania, they are giving half to the models, half to the studio. So you want to take half from a big amount or to take 100% from nothing? Is the first question. And as a studio, yes, we can say that we can provide them rooms, but it's not just the rooms. As Flori said, we give them trainings, we give them everything, we give them our knowledge, because this studio it's have like 23 years old or something like this. So we have a big experience in the back. We have good connection with the site. We know everything about the site, and we give them a job. If you want to go to a job, you need to go to an office. From my point of view, the ones that are working home, they are not productive. So yes, you can work from home, but you need to be very productive and to know I start at 6, I ended at 8. That doesn't matter. And also we give them a lot of people that are in the back. Just an example, in this location we have 25 to 30 models, and we have 10 trainers. And the total staff here, it's 31 person. So mainly it's one person to one model. So you have a lot of people that are working for you. You have photo shooting, you have video, you have makeup, we have hair salon, we have trainers, we have technical guys, we have cleaning, we have actually everything. So you just need to come here and want to make money, and we know how to help you to make the money. It's easy for the models also to work from home, but home you don't have somebody on social media to promote you, you don't have somebody to make you the computer to be good, you don't have the lights, you don't have nothing actually at home. Or you can have it, but you need to spend a lot of money and a lot of time to research. Here you have it for free, let's say like this. And the percent that we give to the models, it's up to 65%. So it's very big, and they can earn also a lot of money. And we have models. The oldest model that we have, it have 15 years old since she's working with us. So imagine that in 15 years, she knows almost everything about the site and almost everything about the industry. She can go easily to work from home, but she understands that she's making the money because we are here. And if you work from home, you don't have nobody to go in the break. You don't have nobody to go to a cigarette. You don't have nobody to listen your problems. Here, we are a lot of people every single hour. So if you have a problem, you can talk with somebody. If you have something, or if you want to smoke a cigarette with somebody, we have somebody here. You can go with the trainer or with the technique or with me. It's somebody here that is listening to you, and it's also solving your problems because they have a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think you also mentioned as the trainer, part of your focus is their mental health, and you've also kind of touched on that as well. Talk to me more about that. Because yeah, actually it is really nice to have a team that's dedicated to your mental health, or if you have a problem, like for sure someone is there to listen and to make sure you're good. That's part of their priority. Talk to me about that. How do you help the girls with their mental health? And why is that so important for models?
I think it's important for models because as long as they feel good, they are able to transmit that to the members as well and to be able to enjoy what they do so they can have a high earning, to be able to have connections with the members and to be able to stream for all the hours that they sit here. Because being in a room for yourself for so long, just talking, and maybe not all of them give them their microphone or audio so they can hear another person talking. That's why I think working from home as a model is a little bit like how it was in the pandemic, where everyone worked from home and everyone got really depressed because you didn't have no one to socialize with. Everything happened online. So for them to come here, to have us to talk with, to help with their problems, to have someone that listens to you and wants to help you, not just with your income, but with your life in general, because we have to get really close to them to be able to help them in all ways, not just with what they have to do on camera, but in general. Like we help them with their schedule, to make sure that they have online time, but also time to unwind and relax. We help them by doing, like, we have this week a training for a fetish so that they can learn even more stuff about what they have to do here. But on top of that, like Liviu said, with the cigarette breaks, when they get how can I put this? When they get the load because they have a member with some problems and he shared what's going on in his life, they tend to get them on themselves and feel very heavy because of the conversation. So they take a break and they come talk to us about it and unload a little bit so they can come back online and feel good again. And we help them with a different perspective as well, not just their own perspective being on camera, but the bigger picture. And we tend to help them remember that life is good even if you have problems.
That's powerful. Yeah, I think sometimes we could all use that reminder, going through something, or I mean, that's one thing that I really, really respect about models is that, yeah, they listen to a lot of things, and some of those things are not easy to hear or to take on, and it can be heavy. And yeah, to have someone right there to be like, no, it's okay, life is still good, like release this. And that's really powerful. I think we could all use that in life.
Yeah.
And also, I teach them what to do with the money, because we know that in this industry, you make not easy money, because everybody say that you make money easy. No, you don't make it easy. You need to work for it, but you make fast a lot of amount of money. And from my experience, 75% of the girls are spending the money for nothing. So if they quit after 1 year, 10 years, doesn't matter how many years, they have nothing. So I teach them to do something with the money. We teach them how to, I tell them all the time, in Romania, it's very easy to buy an apartment and it's cheap. Comparing to other countries, in Romania, it's very cheap. So I teach them how to take an apartment, how to have money for an apartment, or to buy a car, or to make a business. And in our studio, half of the models, we managed to teach them, and all of them have a car or a business or an apartment. A lot of girls have 2, 3, or more apartments. And this is also one of the things that, okay, you make money easy, but you cannot do it for the entire life. And in one moment, all of them want to quit. They cannot do this for the entire life. You cannot be at 60 to be a grandma and to be online on live, Jasmin, because you cannot do it. You want to do maybe something else, or you get married, or in one moment you want to do something else. As Flori, she was a model. In one moment in the life, you want to do the next step. Okay, I did this and I want something different or something more, but you need to have something because it's easy. You have the money and you go to buy clothes, you buy dresses, you buy. Okay, you can buy it, but do also something with the money, because as I said, in Romania, it's very easy to have an apartment and it's cheap. So why not to do it? Because I have a loan for 30 years and I explain to them, I have a loan and I pay 30 years. You can have it in 2 years or 3 years easily. And you cannot,
You don't have any debt to the bank, nothing.
yeah, nothing. It's very easy.
Again, another huge benefit that I think would be nice if we all had someone that was like, hey, this is how you use your money. This is where you put it. This is how you make sure you're set up for the future. I also, one of my favorite things when I interview models is when they tell me that they just bought a home. Because
Yeah.
I think many of the models on Live Jasmin are women. And I think that as a woman, to be able to say that, you know what, no matter what, I have my own place, I have a stable, safe place to be. I think that's a really powerful thing to have in this day and age. And it's really important. And so, yeah, to have someone that's encouraging, like, make sure you're smart, basically you're giving them a setup for security and their futures, even if and when they do leave camming, which is inevitable. Like, at some point they will. Yeah, that's really, really, again, a powerful benefit of having a studio, and the right studio, because I'm sure, like
Exactly.
any industry, there are really good and noble studios or businesses, and others that maybe aren't as noble. So it's important to really do research and make sure that you're with a good group of people.
Yeah, this is very important to go in the right place, because if you are not there, a lot of models quit because they didn't find the right place. So, like, from what I heard, from 70% of the models that are going to a not so good studio, they don't try to go to another. So it's a big problem.
I've heard that as well. I've interviewed models that told me, you know what, I had a really bad experience with the studio. And so now I'm independent, and they'll say, I probably could be making more money with the studio. But because that first experience was so bad, they're a little bit nervous or scared to try a studio again.
Exactly.
That's why there's this idea that studios are exploiting models, because there are a few studios that do give them bad experience and not treat them nicely, or give them penalties, or not give them their whole income. So they just quit completely and become independent, even if not all studios are like that.
Do you think that this is where some, like, the not rumors, but kind of like bad reputation when it comes to studios comes from? It's just a few studios that have really, like, given a bad name for everyone?
I think in the past were a lot of small studio that did a lot of mistakes, but now it's very easy for a girl to find a good studio because you have Google. So if you ask Google, you have a lot of reviews, a lot of things that you can learn. And also you have in Romania the summits. You can go to a summit and to ask the other girls who are working what is the benefit there. And it depends. If you want to go in a small studio with 3 rooms, yes, maybe you'll have a lot of problems. But if you come to a big one that it's an office building or it's working as a corporation, for sure you'll not have this kind of problems. But yes, in the past were a lot of problems, and for us as industry was very hard to clean the name of the studio, and also in front of the authorities and to the government, we had problems because they believe that in the back of the studio is not studio, is prostitution,
Mhm.
and something like this, but actually it's not. And It's just a studio, a girl, a room, a computer, and the user in the other part of the world.
Yeah, I think that's a really a good thing that hopefully this interview will help to shine light on and clear up a little bit, that maybe in the past things were a little bit, you know, dodgy or unsafe. But as the industry has grown, it really has opened up the opportunity for a lot of businesses that are studios, which are much more safe. And I like how you mentioned they can go to the summits and ask other models. And again, it just points to that point of the bigger an industry gets, I think the more safe it becomes. And that's part of why it's really important to allow the industry to keep expanding in a legal and safe way, because it keeps everyone more safe. What are your thoughts on the expansion of the industry? Do you feel like it's growing in a positive direction and there's maybe less stigma, or what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think that it's growing very, very fast, and it will grow. And probably in future, it will be more like in the US. The studios maybe will not exist anymore, and will be like agency that they will give support to the models, and models will be more independent. But what you said before with the image of the studios, also from the member side, like 5 or 6, 7 years ago, when a member know that a model is from studio, they believe that we steal the money from the models, and it's very bad, and they try to find ways to send them money. But now they understand that the model is there with our help. We help them a lot, and we had a lot of members that they know in which studio the models work, because it's easy. You have a room, you see some models there, you ask, some of them will tell you the name of the studio. And I'm very happy that among the members, we are a good studio, and they really love us and the models and what we give to the models, because I said you, we don't treat them as workers. They are our friends, our colleagues, and they are humans, and we are also humans, and the members are humans, and we need to stay in this area to be happy. Everybody should be happy.
I quickly want to ask both of you, okay, this industry, what is it? Multi-billion-dollar industry?
Probably.
Yes. Why do you think it's blowing up so much and become so successful?
For the same reason that he said with the social media, because we are so much into technology now that everything happens through technology online. So of course, this being an industry like that is going to grow just like the other social media apps and everything else, mostly because of the human interaction that it happens here. So that's what I think.
And we also don't have time for nothing. Just an example, my mother is 50 plus years old. She said me happy birthday on Facebook. She doesn't call me. So if my mother was online to say me happy birthday, I think everybody is going in this direction, and we don't have time. I don't have time. I work a lot of hours for every single day. So I don't have time to go with my friends to, I don't know, drink a beer. And if I will have this online with them, probably I will be there. And we are going, I don't know if it's good or bad, but is this the direction that we are going? Everybody, it's working a lot. We don't have time, and we find a friend online. And sometimes it's better to have an online friend than to have one that it's not a real friend. And
my last question, and I want to hear both of your answers, is what do you wish the world knew about this industry that you don't think that they're understanding yet?
Maybe related with the stigma that this industry has, because a lot of people that don't know the industry, even the new models that come here, maybe even some of the members that come here, they have this stigma about the industry, the camming world, the models, everything. because they don't really understand how it works. Not the studios, not the models. They don't really know how things are, so they have a really bad perception of it. But I think people should know that, just like Liviu said, we're all human and we try to build and go in that direction. So the interest is for everyone to be happy and to enjoy their life in the most ways that they can. So now having this technology and this opportunity to do that, I think we should all try.
Very well said. Yeah.
Flori said very good. And also, I have something to say about models, members. Members should understand that the girls are humans. The girls should understand that the members are humans. And yes, people judge the girls that are doing chat. Also, in Romania, it's a big problem with this. They are girls that are doing this because they are loving it and they are not doing something wrong. My girlfriend, it's a cam model, so I don't have a problem with this. So if I don't have a problem, I think nobody should have a problem with this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's kind of like, your girlfriend who you have a commitment with is a cam model, but you understand what's really happening and the boundaries around that. I mean, for instance, your girlfriend is never meeting these people in person, right? That's completely different than having this connection and providing a service that sometimes is very much like a psychologist, as we know, really listening to people. I think honestly, that is probably, in my opinion, based off of all of these interviews I've done with studios, models, members, the one thing I hear the most that I think the industry does the most that people don't understand is that the models listen to the members. They are listening and the members are feeling heard. And yeah, there's other stuff that goes on, but I think that that is one of the main things that happens, even more so sometimes than the other stuff.
Exactly. I believe that she is friend with the members, so then I don't have a problem that she's talking with the members, because I have friends also in real life and I have also friends online, and all the time I believe that if I was a model, I will be very happy because I'm very sociable and I will make a lot of money, but I didn't try to make an account yet.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for giving me your time and for giving such an incredible interview. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you as well.
Pleasure, it's ours all the time.
I love it.